Today we're going to be talking about how to enable and disable risks and to customize specific risks in the ManagedMethods platform. We'll start off in the Risks tab. In the Risk tab, specific risks can be enabled or disabled quickly by using the gear wheel icon here with the Enable and Disable Risk button. All of your currently enabled risks will be displayed here under Enabled Risks, and you can see the number of all of these risks that have been captured by the platform. By clicking this gear wheel icon, we can go ahead and dive into the specific enabled and disabled risks, and by checking any of the checkmark boxes or unchecking any of the checkmark boxes, we can go ahead and quickly enable or disable any risks, and make sure after you've finished, go ahead and click the Save button. In order to access the risks in more detail, we'll go ahead and hop over to the admin panel here, and by either clicking under here, Data Management, or hopping into the admin panel itself and clicking under Data Management here and Risk, we can hop into where the risks themselves are located. Within the risks itself, under Data Management, we'll have the ability to search for any specific risk we'd like, and you'll notice that any green risks here will indicate that that particular risk is enabled, and any red icons here are going to indicate that that particular risk is disabled. By clicking the check mark next to any of these icons and then going ahead and clicking the Enable button or the Disable button here, you can quickly turn on or off a specific risk. You also have some different abilities to take a look at specific risks. You can certainly click the name of any risks, but you also have the ability to edit any risks with the Edit pencil, or go ahead and delete any of these specific risks by using the trash can icon. Clicking into a specific risk here will give us some basic information about the risk, including the title of the risk, a basic description if that's available, if the risk is turned on or off, what SaaS it's connected with, so is it connected to your G Suite environment, your Office environment, or just all, the specific keywords that will be triggered by that risk, any regex that's part of that risk, the specific risk matches count, so how many of these specific keywords have to be triggered before a risk is created in the Risks tab, specific additional context words to add an additional layer of help and limit false positives on a specific risk, and then a context check link to say of those specific context words we added, how many characters do they have to be away from these specific keywords. So a lot of very good basic information here. If we go ahead and take a look at a specific risk, and we go ahead and use the substance abuse risk in this case as an example, we again get that basic information, and we have some additional features and functionality here. We can actually turn on or off the risk here. We can change what the specific SaaS it's going to be connected with. So maybe it doesn't need to be connected to our Office environment anymore, or if we've got multiple tiles on a G Suite side, we could go ahead and remove one of those G Suite tiles if that's not necessary. We'll notice here are all the specific keywords that will be flagged by a risk. Any of our specific keyword risks can be fully edited and customized to what makes sense. So if there are certain words within this list of keywords that you don't want, you could certainly easily remove one of those specific keywords if necessary. You'll also notice we have the context. In the case of the substance abuse, we could add some additional context words such as buy, sell, things of that nature to help further narrow exactly what the specific risk will look for, rather than kind of just getting a one-off hit on this specific risk. If we do leave these words like buy and sell within these specific risks, we can also add some additional things to start tuning the specific risk. So one of the first things you should do is take a look at the keywords and then try to look at some context words. If you don't have a good set of context words or you want some additional help, the ManagedMethods team is always happy to help you, and you can contact your customer success representative or support at ManagedMethods, and they'll be happy to jump on a call with you and guide you through the process of getting your risk set up and tuned. So if you've added some additional context words here, you can look at some additional things here on the side. The first would be risk matches count. Risk matches count says of these keywords here, how many have to be in a specific piece of content before a risk is triggered within the Risk tab. In this case, by default, it's going to be 1, but of course you could up this if you said, oh no, it has to be 2 of these specific keywords, or even 3. It just depends on how narrow you want to go ahead and limit that specific risk. Context check length can come into play. If we do have these context words, we can say how many characters these specific context words have to be near these specific keywords before a risk will be flagged. A good best practice is between 25 to 50 here, but you'll want to go ahead and pick a specific value such as 25 or such as 50, depending on what works the best, but you could also certainly take any value in between there as well. There's a lot of different things you can do to tune these specific risks to try to make them a little bit less noisy on your own, but we're always happy to assist you if you do have specific questions or you do want to make some specific changes to your risks and need assistance. If we go ahead and click cancel out of here and go ahead and press the back button twice here, we can go ahead and hop back to the risks themselves, and you'll see on the top right hand side here how you can add a custom risk. The custom risk will look much like the risk that we were currently looking at here, so you'd give the risk a title, a potential description, and any risk you'll want to make sure that it's connected to a specific SaaS app. Otherwise, it won't be scanning for any kind of risk, which will limit your risk scan to doing basically nothing. Then you can input specific keywords. You can use this choose file button to add a comma separated list to the specific risk as well if you don't want to enter in specific keywords. And of course, you can add those context risk matches count or context check length. We also offer risk regex, and if you do need help creating a regex pattern, please contact our support team at support@ManagedMethods, and they'll be always happy to assist you with creating that. Be aware that our machine learning models, designated by ML here, have different adjustment mechanisms, and you'll need the assistance of our support team to go ahead and tune those. We also do have our PCI for credit card numbers and PII for social security numbers, and those will also work on a different methodology as well. And if you do need help tuning those, please contact our support team. Well, that covers how to enable or disable any of the specific risks within the platform, as well as do some different editing with the specific risks in your platform as well. If you do have specific questions, feel free to reach out to your customer success representative, or you can always contact support@managedmethods.com as well. I hope this video was helpful for you, and thanks for watching.